What's happening, my beautiful people? What's happening? What's happening? Light skin mode activated. Light skin mode modus. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah, you feeling it? You feeling it? I'm feeling it. Look, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you guys are doing well as well. As you can tell by the title of the video, I entered my very first FC competition, and man oh man, was there a lot that went on. In today's video, we're gonna basically be going through like how the competition was, my overall experience, how I did in the competition, which, just so by the way, wasn't too bad in my honest opinion, but we'll get into that a little bit later. And then also just my suggestions to anybody else that may be wanting to enter like various gaming competitions and things, because the amount of serious people that I met and the amount of serious people that I watched also over the weekend was absolutely insane. So without further delay, let's get into it. Firstly, I was really nervous, and I mean, I've never really played anybody in person besides, friends and stuff, but that wasn't like as serious as, okay, you know what, no, we actually have something to win, besides our pride and our bragging rights, you know what I mean? The competition was hosted by AGC, a gaming competition that actually I only learned now recently happens quite frequently, either frequently or annually. I can't remember exactly, but I would highly recommend that if you guys are interested in checking out their page, then you can find out more details about whenever they do have their next competitions, because it wasn't just FC that was actually there on Saturday. There was Fortnite, there was Valorant, there was Tekken 8, and yeah, I think that was about it. So the competition was hosted at the Grand West Arena, and look, AGC, I have to give you your flowers for that, because the venue was absolutely amazing. It was stunning. The overall decor, just the vibe of the place, and I mean, if it was up to me, I wish I could be able to play Fortnite in Valorant, because like the section that they had for those guys was absolutely insane, bro. Like, you just see all these like pro players going at it, and it was, to me, I was like, I wish I could be able to do that, but I was also just admiring it from afar, because some of those people were taking it very seriously, But I mean, granted though, because you could win like a nice amount of money as well. Now, you may be wondering, how did the whole FC competition run? Let me break it down for you. So, the console that we had to play on was on the PlayStation, right? And obviously now, me mainly just playing Xbox, it was a bit of an adjustment for me. But, right, so how it worked was that there were 2 heats, right? And obviously they did that because to help manage the amount of players that entered. And how it worked was that the top 8 players from each heat would then compete in the round of 16, which happened in the following day, the Sunday, and then the quarterfinals, and then the semifinals, and then the finals, obviously, right? So how it worked was that you could choose whatever team that you wanted, obviously just accept all-star teams. Like, I could be France and you could be France, or I could be Real Madrid and you could be Real Madrid, which was the majority of the teams like in each match actually. Then how it worked was, in the heat, if you had to lose one game, it would be fine, because then you would just play another person. But then if you had to lose that game as well, you would then get knocked out of the heats, and then you would be out of the competition now as a whole. Now you're probably also wondering at the same time, now, Mr. Morris, how did you do? Well, I mean, I don't mean to brag, but I had 3 people forfeit live and direct, and that to me was a massive ego boost. Yes, unfortunately I didn't get into the round of 16, but just that sense of power, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I made you forfeit in real life, because I mean, fair enough, I was beating them like 6. The first game that I played, I won 6-0, but that was because the guy forfeited before the full match, so he didn't try to come back. And then the second game, unfortunately, lost 3-2. I do, however, feel like if I just got an extra 5 minutes, I would have been able to definitely come back. My third game, then I ended up playing, I also won. It was 6-1, I believe. The guy was leading me 1-0, and then I came back and then beat him 6-0 as well. Then I ended up beating him 6-1, and then he also forfeited before. I think it was just as the second half started, then he forfeited. And then my fourth game that I played, I then ended up beating that guy also 6-9. He also didn't try to come back from that, so he also, like I said, forfeited. And then my last game, I unfortunately then lost 4-2. But look, I feel like, given the circumstances, like, I'm not used to playing on PlayStation. I am an Xbox player. I feel like just that adjustment from the Xbox controller to the PS controller, and then also just the jump from Ultimate Team to Kickoff, that to me was like a very big jump, because just the overall pace of the game, because it was quite slow in my opinion. I mean, compared to how I'm used to playing with FC, in Ultimate Team. But look, the overall experience for me, I would say, was a 10 out of 10. Even though I didn't make it to the round of 16, I would still highly go back. You know, I really want to go back. I can't wait for the next one actually. And look, to anybody that actually wants to take part in a competition, whether it is like for gaming or just competitions in general, you know, just give it a try. You never know until you try that. And that was my main objective of going to enter this competition. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna win. I was just going there to get the experience, and look, I am so grateful that I did. Overall, I would just like to say like a huge shout out to AGC, because the people that they hired, well, mainly for me, because I was now part of the FC competition, the people that they hired to like organize that and just make sure that everything runs smoothly in that department, I just want to say that they were like so friendly, and they made me feel like, you know what, I can do this. And at the end of the day, it's just a game. You're just coming here to have fun, enjoy yourself, and like, well, for me, I don't know about the other people, but for me, like, you know, just get the experience of being able to play in a professional setting, so to say. However, there were some people that they were taking a little bit too serious, you know. Like, I saw there was this one guy that like got up and he wanted to, you know, start breaking stuff, and I was just watching it like hectic.
And now, a visual representation of how the guy reacted after losing the game.
Calm down! Calm down! I am so sick and tired of people telling me to calm down! I am so tired! Ayoko na! Ha? Emilia! I don't want to calm down now!
Hectic. And that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you guys again so much for staying tuned and for subscribing, for liking, for commenting. I do appreciate every single one of you. I would also like to just say again another huge shout out to Jared Art Fortune for providing the background music that you are hearing at the moment. Please go and check his socials out in the description at the bottom. And also again, a huge shout out to GD Suits for sponsoring your boy, to make sure that he always looks sharp and fresh with all his suits. And look guys, if you ever do need a suit, whether it is for a matric ball, a wedding, a 16th, 18th, 21st, 50th, 100th, whatever it is, my boy Gareth Duncan has got you covered. So yeah guys, thank you again so much for watching. We got a massive video on the way as well, so please stay tuned. Go and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Go and put on the notification bell as well if you haven't already, and stay tuned because we got a special guest with us in the next video. Cough cough, my fiance. So trust me, you guys do not want to miss out on this one. But for the time being, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay liquor.